Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we are starting a brand new project. It is called Wildfire. This is a 1978 Stern pinball machine. It fully works right now. Well, it didn't. I had a problem with the kicker, but then I went and fixed that off air. As I do sometimes, I go through and fix these machines, and I don't document them stupidly. And I need to document them so you can see what's wrong. But I did several things to this, and I should have showed you. I went through the driver board. It had several cold solder joints on it, so I went through and fixed them all up, made sure that hacks were done on it correctly. What I mean by hacks is there are good hacks done to the driver board that really bulletproof it, and those were done to it. The lamp driver board had several cold solder joints on it too, so I went through it and fixed them. It has a newer Altec MPU. It is not the newest, but it's a newer version, so we don't have the original MPU. So this game works really good. We have to put a lamp driver board piggyback on it because we're LEDing it, and I don't know if you can see right now, but that light is just flickering like crazy. These are flickering like crazy. So let's get a close-up on the play field. And no, you can't buy that hit the deck. That's my wife's pinball machine. She claimed it as soon as we picked it up. She goes, "Oh, that's my pinball machine." So, the Stern Wildfire. What is a little different about this game, if some of you could tell already, there's no slingshots right here. Normally you have slingshots right here, and this is odd because it doesn't. Your slingshot is here and here, which is pretty cool. This one wasn't working. It had a broken wire and a switch matrix, and naturally I had to fix it off camera. I have to stop doing that. It's got several burnt out bulbs. I did put LEDs in here to show the new owner to see what, so he could see what they looked like versus the old incandescent, and he wants the LEDs. But we have to put a board on here to get them to quit blinking. Yes, I know I can put, resistors on all of the sockets. No, I'm not doing that. I bought little piggyback boards for the game. We will be tearing everything off, completely everything off, and we will go back down to just the wood, and we will clean it, wax it, put her back together, get everything all nice and clean and working the way it should. Like I said, it does work right now. So it does play. I can maybe get out of the way and play it sideways. If I can plunge it good. Yeah, I can play it sideways like that. Play a ball or two. You can see how dead it is right now. There's just nothing to any of this rubber. It's hard playing like this. Drained it. Come on. So yeah, you can see we got some display that there are burned out. It's just, you can't even fix that. The display is bad. Let's shut it off so you can see it. You gotta wait for the MPU to burn up. These digits are just burned. Like, you can't like go in there and replace the resistor or the chip or whatever. These digits are just burned right here. So they're crisp, crusty. These are really beautiful right to here, but the last two are just garbage. So we have brand new ones. I still have to put the little rubber face on it, but I want to put them in to make sure that they fully work, since I had to build them. But I want to make sure that they fully work before we put them in the machine. So I have all brand new Wolfpack Tech displays that we'll be putting in. They're very easy how they go in. Let's get this off. Okay. Set that there. You can see the boards. Here we go. So yeah, some of these boards actually have TNT amusement stickers on them. So I'm guessing somebody at one time sent these in to TNT Amusements and they worked on them, which was pretty cool. And if you guys are in the pinball world, you know who TNT Amusements are. There's a lamp driver board. It's original. Like I said, I did go through it. We fixed all the, I fixed all the cold solder joints and didn't show you. It's got the Altec board. You can see it's not the newest one, but it is a new one. I think it's a little older. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the Altec site, but it doesn't remind me. Well, maybe it is. It's a new board. I don't know what version it is, but it's a newer Altec board. I guess I really haven't looked at my Flight 2000 one in a long time. It says version 9 on the chip, so I think that was the last version. The power driver board is not original because this says Bally on it, but as you know, Bally and Stern used the same ones. This is the sound board, and that has been gone through, so we don't have to worry about that because that's the one that's got the TNT amusement sticker on it. The rectifier board is working, so we're not worrying about that either. I did check all the connections. I can't remember if I repinned one or not. I think I did repin a couple of them. I believe I did. I can't remember. I had to repin some connectors on here. I used original housings, but I did repin a couple of them. And I did label these two. So if anybody ever has to take the head off for shipping or whatever, they know exactly where these all plug into now. So the harder ones, I put the white labels on them, but all the other ones I wrote what connectors they are. So we don't have to worry too much about that. So I wish that display wasn't so burned. It's sad when that happens to a display. They just get crusty. So let's get this opened up and we will check out how basic these are compared to, let's say, EMs that you're used to watching me work on. Right there. As you can see, yeah, you can get the whole playfield. Well, this is it. There's nothing inside. but junk. There's a speaker right here with the volume control. There's a knocker right behind it that I do have to replace the coil on it because it's been cut. The wires have been cut off the coil. And I notice the plunger does not really move through it unless I force it. So that's a problem. The wiring I had to fix was the wire right here. You can't see it. So the slingshot right here, the wiring goes all the way down to, I think it was right here. Was it there? No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. Was it? No. Where was it? It was on this switch right here. Right here, that's the wire. I had to fix it, this yellow and wire with the stripes on it. That broke off right over here. Right here. And it was just broke. So that circuit had nothing attached to it. So we had to fix that. So we'll be pulling pop-uppers off. Pop-uppers, I can see there's two brand new coils on them. There's a brand new coil on the slingshot. We will be rebuilding the flippers. They're a little beat. I see I have a wire to fix here. There's just a bare wire right here. See how these two wires are two different color? They're just soldered together. There's no protection on it, so we will have to do that. Like I said, we have some bad sockets. Here's a switch with a screw missing. I wonder if we'll find a screw in the game. You can see this game's been fixed before. Here's a cap. So, yeah, it's just how a lot of these old games are. You find lots of interesting stuff in them. It's got a ton of bulbs in it, blown fuses. Here's another fuse, some more bulbs back there. Any other wonky stuff on it? It's got some switches for the MPU. I will have to slip that back on the cabinet. It's got some other patched wires over here with electrical tape on them, so we will cut that off, put shrink tubing on there, heat shrink tube, and solder them back together. I got some more screws back there. I do not know what any of them are for. Some replay cards. There's just a bunch of junk in there. And it always is way back there. You know why? Because that's where, when you tip up the machine, everything falls. It either will collect right here where the coin box is, well actually was, because there is none, or it goes way back there. So yep. And then I gotta unplug the MPU too. So this should be pretty good. Looks like there's just one harness I'm gonna have to unplug, take the playfield off, and that'd be about it. So that's it for the Stern 1978 Wildfyre intro. And let's bring that camera up so you can see me. So that's it. Next video I'll be pulling the playfield out and getting that ready to be tore apart. So thanks again for watching, and later. There's cool stuff in the description if you would like to support Mark's Basement Arcade. There's a link for buying t-shirts. There's gonna be some cool stuff right here. And as again, this will be fully LED'd with Comet bulbs, your one stop for all your LED pinball lighting needs. So yeah, thanks again, and later.